Alright, chat. So yesterday I dropped a "Is Kashimo really a fraud?" video. The verdict at the end was like, yeah, he is a fraud, right? Because he's supposed to be like Gojo and Sukuna, isolation, all that. And then when you actually analyze the characters he has the isolation for, it's like characters under Hakari level. It's like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like Sukuna's over here frying everybody, Gojo's frying Hakari rivals like Yarame, and then you have Kashimo, who was in base his entire life, losing to Hakari, right? So that was my verdict. I obviously went over basically everything that happened with Kashimo. Obviously, you know, there are people who disagree with me, and that's okay, but there's this one guy in specific, bro. He's going over here. I mean, there's this guy right here too, but I don't really care. There's this guy. Where is he? This guy right here. He's saying that I have zero objectivity, and he's saying that I'm lying in the video, so I just wanted to see what I was lying about, you know? And so I'm replying on this video because well, I gotta freaking edit videos, right? And it would be much better for me to just make this video, talk about my things in depth and not forget stuff. I might forget stuff like when I'm talking, but it's way less likely for me to forget what I'm talking about if I just record it, right? So alright, so he says, what's this? What emoji is this? Anyways, yeah, I'm doing this because like I just don't have time to just map out a whole bunch of shit and then continue arguing with you in my comments, bro. Like I have videos to make. Anyways, okay. You said Kashimo still tried to fight Hakari when they were above water, when he was clearly trying to get away. Hakari literally tries to nerf Kashimo there, and he even says as much. Okay, wait, let me just finish. Says as much, then you overlook the fact that Hakari tried to pull this right after almost dying. Okay, so okay, where is it? Right here. Of the fight is the fact that, oh no, it's not right there. It's over here. Yeah, so I acknowledge that Hakari got caught lacking and he almost died. So I don't know what he's talking about there. I did acknowledge that. Like, what? Sends him into water. Kashimo isn't done just yet though, because there's a whole bunch of cursed spirits that come up. And so he tries to fight Hakari, but yeah, so I said that, right? And if we actually go back to the chapter, I said that Kashimo continued trying to fight Hakari. Let's go back to the chapter and see what actually happened, right? Because he's saying he was trying to get away. So, Hakari sends him into the water. He's like, "Oh, you dropped me into the water, right?" And I look at that boy, Kashimo, trying to run away. Going down here and turning around to Hakari, bro. He's trying to get away, but he lands on another cursed spirit. No, he lands on this cursed spirit and faces Hakari. And he's still facing Hakari. He's not trying to get away. He's still facing Hakari, okay? Right? And he jumps to the other one because Hakari's like punching the thing. And Hakari catches him. If he's trying to get away, like why is he not, like why is he just standing there, just staring at Hakari as he's trying to get him into the water? Mr. Trying to get away. Okay, sure. So like I don't like that point because yeah, like what was Kashimo doing? Kashimo wasn't trying to, the guy was literally in there. He was staring at Hakari, just standing there. Like what? Yeah, right? Okay. I overlooked the fact that Hakari tried to pull this right after almost dying. Bro, I didn't explain that in the video. I didn't think I would have to explain it, but again, like my videos will be so long. My videos are already long, right? But there's some stuff that I don't go over because I assume everybody's going to understand what I mean. Okay, look. I explained this in a previous video. It was the Hakari video, right? Here's what happens. Chapter 188, Hakari sees the lightning. He gets hit with lightning again, right? He's like, oh, okay. He can't use that right now. And he immediately like adapts to the fact that he can't do this. And then he uses another version of it with his freaking his staff, whatever this thing is called. What is it called? Does it say it? I don't know, but his staff, he uses another thing with the staff. He's like, okay, I'm not letting you do that anymore. You have too much gimmicks with electricity, so I'm going to send you into the water so you don't have any more of that. Because why is that, chat? Why is that? because Hakari was dominating him in hand-to-hand combat in everything. He was dominating him. But the only way Kashimo got out of it was because of his gimmicks with electricity. And so Hakari literally sent him into the water. Like, it's like, what is so, like, he's trying to take that out of his arsenal. It's battle IQ. I don't really get why he added that. So, and I never overlooked that fact. Like, Hakari did almost die, and he got a jackpot. All right, so he's lying here. You lied when you said they didn't let Kashimo go first against Sukuna, even when the panel flat out says he agreed to let Gojo first. I don't even know how you pulled that one off. Okay, so I know I put in the thing like the Viz translation, right? It was chapter 244. I put the Viz translation for sure. That's probably what I did. Yeah. So look. Here's what the Viz translation says, right? He's acting like he expects me to lose. And then Hakari says, it's just in case. We're grateful to you for letting Gojo go first. And then he says, well, I don't like it, right? With this translation, which is absolute buns, by the way, I put it in my videos because the quality of the scans are way better, right? Like, when I do TCB, I'll show you actually right now. The quality of, like, the scans are way better in like Viz than TCB. That's why I put it in my videos. But like the better translation is TCB. In this translation, it's like, oh yeah, I let Gojo go first, but I don't like that Higuruma's acting like I'm gonna die. In the TCB translation, which is the better translation that I didn't put on the screen, I'm not gonna lie, that is my fault, right? He says, you're assuming I'm going to lose is really pissing me off. And then Hakari says, it's just a hypothetical. We're just grateful for you letting Gojo go first, right? And he says, I'm still not okay with that either. It's two different contexts. Again, that's kind of my fault, but also like he's like making these bold claims as it like he doesn't even know what happens in the manga as well. You know what I mean? Like he's saying that I'm lying, but he's like basing it off of what I show him. So what do you know without me showing it to you? You know what I mean? Like, am I supposed to show you this, or do you know yourself? No, he doesn't really know, right? He just reads what I put on the screen. I could have put some absolute BS on the screen and he would have believed it, but whatever, right? I should have put this on the screen. The context is that Kashimo's saying, I don't like the fact that Gojo's going first either. But no one takes him seriously enough to be like, okay, you go first. Like, bro, like, what are we doing here, bro? Right, so that's number 2. Your arguments are also awful. Comparing Megumi using Mahoraga to Kashimo is ridiculous. No one considers Mahoraga a part of Megumi. That's like hyping up Yuka because he is doing well against Dabura. Meanwhile, Kashimo's it's MBA. My fault. Yeah, it's MBA. Kashimo's MBA is still him and his powers. Dying to your own technique isn't losing against an opponent. What? Okay, here's another hypothetical, okay? If Yuki... I'm gonna go over the Mahoraga thing in a second, but let's think about this. If Yuki actually killed Kenjaku in that final moment, right? With the black hole. What is that? Is that a Yuki win? What is that, chat? Is that a Yuki win? Is that indicative of, you know, her winning? If she killed him with this, is that indicative of her winning? A suicide attack. Is it? Alright, now going back to the Mahoraga thing, right? The reason why I said that is because Mahoraga is this like, it's this final trump card, just like Mythical Beast Amber. Alright? Let's go back to this. Let's go back to like, I like this one in specific. Where is it? It wasn't 62. Yeah, it was before this. Let's go to chapter 59, I think it was. Nope. It was chapter 58? It was chapter 58. Alright, so. Megumi's going against the Finger Bearer. Right? If he summon Mahoraga here, is that not him fighting the Finger Bearer? Huh? Is Megumi not fighting the Finger Bearer anymore? He summons a Shikigami that's gonna fight for him. Is he not? Is it not Megami? Is this entire fight not Megami versus Fingerbearer? Like, like it's the point is that it's a suicide attack, right? It's a suicide curse technique. It literally kills Kashimo. He doesn't use it because he's like, I can only use it once. All right, the context switches again, like I said in the video. It switches from I'm stronger than you and I did not use the curse technique. It switches from that to I would have died if I used the curse technique anyways. It's not indicative of anything. It's really not. Like, it's really not. Like, it's it's weird, bro. Hold on, chat. What the hell? Bro. Anyways, yeah. My fault, I had to do something. Yeah, the point is, like, even then, it's a very low bar, right? Because again, the strongest of his freaking era has to use his curse technique against a high schooler, right? So like, wouldn't that prove more about what I'm talking about? Because you're not showing me base Kashimo beating Hakari, are you? Right? Like that, like it doesn't help his case anyways. Right? This entire like conversation is hilarious because you can like grasp for straws on the fact that the fact that Kashimo didn't use his curse technique that would have killed him, by the way. You could grasp for straws, but the point is, like, if he used it anyways, that would still make him a fraud because he has to do all that to beat Hakari, right? Something he didn't have, something he never used in his entire life. Like, come on, that doesn't really help your case anyways. So stop grasping for those straws, right? Let's continue. You also downplay everything Kashimo did in this video was slander. Kashimo didn't last at all against Sukuna when he was the only one who fought a 4-arm Sukuna one-on-one. You didn't even mention how big of an amp the 4 arms were. No bigger advantage for a sorcerer. First off, Kashimo was not the only one who fought 4-arm Sukuna one-on-one. What is he talking about? Now he's lying. Now he's completely lying, bro. I can show you 2 characters fighting. I can show you 2 characters right now, bro. Oh, not this chapter. This one. Why is he lying? What the heck? Why is he lying, bro? Wait, no, it's 266. What is he talking about, bro? 4-arm Sukuna. Well, not really 4-arm Sukuna, but like 4-arm Sukuna in terms of that, right? And then like before that, he was fighting him. It's 264. Come on, bro. Four-arm Sukuna. 4-arm Sukuna. What are we talking about here, bro? Why is he lying? Also, why does that matter? I literally said that he was dominating him before that, and then Kashimo didn't land a single hit on 4-arm Sukuna. So why the fuck? Like, why does this matter? Why is he bringing this up? Oh, hold on. Let me actually reread this so I don't like misinterpret it. Kashimo didn't last at all against Sukuna. Yeah, he didn't. He's supposed to be Sukuna level, right? Like he's the strongest of his era, right? He's supposed to be like Gojo, right? He's supposed to handle his own, right? When he was the only no, he wasn't the only one. Okay. You didn't even mention how big of an amp the 4 arms were. I did. I could have sworn I mentioned how like he overwhelmed him because of his arms. Let me see this. I could have sworn I did. His reaction and block. Okay, you get what I'm saying, bro. Either way, though, it didn't matter how much Kashimo blocked because Sukuna eventually just overpowered him, punched him away into the air. Okay, I didn't specifically say it, but I was talking about his arms, right? His arms are the reason why he can overpower him. All right, I don't really have to say it out loud, right? Again, this is like going with the thing where I have to explain everything for people to like, what? Bro, I literally, bro, oh my god, he's acting like this entire video was me slandering Kashimo. Bro, I talked about how Kashimo, I'm trying to think of like the Hakari thing. I'm pretty sure I talked about how Kashimo outsmarted Hakari with the lightning. He beat the crap out of Panda. He has, bro, I literally compared him to Prime Yuji. Like, what else are you asking for here, bro? Hold on. Similar in modulo with Prime Yuji. Like, what? What are we talking about, bro? If I was slandering Kashimo, why would I bring that up? I even talked about how Kashimo would not die to, like, Dagon. Where is it? Right here. Okay,
basket.
I said that he should be able to use like Hollow Ricker basket with his like lightning hands.
Dying to Dagon's domain.
Like what, bro? Like what? Why are you so, like what are these guys talking about right now, bro? I love Kashimo, but he's portrayed as this like absolute demon, but he's really not, bro. He lost to Hakari outright. He lost to Hakari. He's supposed to be like the strongest. He feels isolation in a world of like people under Hakari level, bro. Tiers below Hakari, actually. Again, like what is he talking about? And then the final thing is the thing like that really made me go in, and he's like, garbage video. It's like, bro, why is it a garbage video when you just lied? You lied this entire time, bro. What? What? No. Garbage video, and this is only coming from the top of my head, what I remember from the video. Garbage video, man. Damn. How harsh, man. Especially when I just showed you like everything he was talking about. It's like, bro, what exactly is he talking about, man? Is he like, are these guys okay? I'll leave you with this final question, okay? If Kashimo isn't a fraud, what is he, right? Again, he's supposed to be like Gojo and Sukuna, right? He's supposed to be burdened by the isolation of the strongest. He's supposed to be super strong. But he never used his curse unique his entire life. So he's been in base. And we see base Kashimo in a better body, by the way, right? He's younger. Base Kashimo in a better body, pull up to the modern era, and he loses to Hakari. Right? And then we see Gojo one-shot Yarame, and we see Sukuna run a gauntlet throughout all of the modern era. But then we have Kashimo again, burdened with the strongest, in base, lose to Hakari. What is he? Because if me saying he's a fraud is far-fetched, what exactly is he? Tell me. You have to tell me, okay? Because I just mapped it out for you. Everything beyond that is just straight cope, okay? It's just straight cope. I didn't say anything wrong. The guy is portrayed to be one of the strongest, and he's just not. He lost to Hakari. No domination at all. And I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with this, finally. Hakari being the crap out of him. Strongest of his era. Not a fraud, okay? I hope this video wasn't too long. 17 minutes? Okay, that's decent enough. Yeah. Yeah. You can reply in the comments. I might reply again. Like, I have things to do, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Whatever you say to here is probably going to be a whole bunch of cope, but I will read it. I will entertain it, okay? So, yeah.